Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the long dark at its normal time, or a certain value of normal. Hopefully, I will be able to continue streaming at this time rather than 4 hours earlier. Although, I was streaming 4 hours ago. But what I mean is the long dark at this time, which is 9 o'clock British Summer Time, or 8 o'clock Greenwich Mean Time. This is my traditional time for streaming the long dark. So where were we? I was at the final approach, crashed helicopter, wondering if there was a moose nearby, which doesn't seem to be the case. So I will probably be moving on. I don't particularly want to hunt deer here because of the presence of the bear. If I can get the bear close to the helicopter, that might be a different story. But I need deerskin for repairs. I don't need them right this split second, but I will need them. So I may well continue to the main hangar and hunt deer from there, because there are a couple of areas I can get them. Anyway, all we need now is a break in the weather. It's the Forsaken Airfield. Breaks in the weather are not something you rely on.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
And there's the usual complaint. And here we are, so to speak. It's actually not a bad spot, this. I left firewood. There is new firewood available if I need it. I have potentially a safe spot I can shoot things from if I can get up. It is kind of tempting to see if I can't lure the bear into this location. There it is, in fact. I might try it, actually. Let's see how this goes. It's a bit far, it has to be said. Cooey, Mr. Bear. At least it's not too cold. Awfully tempting to take a shot from here. Oh, awfully tempting. Yeah, this is the point at which I could wish I could jump up and down. Oh grief. Yeah. Didn't realize I ran straight past a bunch of wolves over there. This could be entertaining, if that's the correct word. Last time I came this way, I don't think those wolves were there. I'm sure the bear hasn't decided to follow me. I can't remember if I asked, how's everybody's day going? I hope it's all going well for you. Which way is the airfield from here? It is, let's see, right that way across the lake, isn't it? So that way. I think. More or less straight in line. Yeah. If I go to the small end of the lake, that should get me within striking distance, even if I can't see too clearly. So the question is, once I've got what I need, where to go to from here? Well, that's going to be interesting. I'm not sure I want to go to the zone of contamination or Sundered Pass. I'm not aware of any particular reason. I wouldn't mind going back to Coastal Highway to pursue trades with the trader and provide me with a jump-off point to go back to the cannery to reload ammunition. Problem is, I don't know that I've got gunpowder enough there to reload substantial ammunition, so I might have to go somewhere else to find stuff for that. So, why am I carrying those? Why am I carrying cedar firewood? That was a little daft. Alright, let's pass some time. Not much else for me to do here, to be honest. Of course, this is probably the point at which I look behind me and find that... Nope. The bear snuck up. No. Doesn't seem to have. I was trying to jump. Don't want to do that. Come on, there we go. Wish I could get higher up here, but it doesn't seem to want to let me. Oh, I can. How about that? Ah, that's a much better view. As views go. So yeah, in the morning we'll basically head, I think, that way. Which is kind of funny because the map seems to indicate that this is actually the opposite way round. That there's a limb over there. Well, I can check it out in the morning. Make sure I head the right way. start the process of getting over the night. It's an interesting graphical effect there. Why is that got a sort of shimmer around it? I can only assume it's a driver matter. Well, it's a nice night. Nice night for an aurora. Which with these exposed wires around I don't necessarily want. Listen to that wind. That's not something you want to be caught out in, is it? Good morning, Danny. How are you doing? Yes, I'm back at my normal time. I did, I think, say as much in Discord. How has your day been? I don't know, you know, that I can actually make it to transfer pass. Oh, that's nice. Yes, I imagine it would. What do we think? Blizzard coming in? Maybe not.
Looks like a new day is dawning.
Yes, it does. New day, new blizzard. Oh, New day, new glimmer fog. Appear to be. I don't want to be running around in glimmer fog. Why was a Hello, Nikabrika. Welcome to the Long Dark. A little bit different from Warframe. Oops. I did pop back very briefly and picked up the iridite I needed to make the Kume neuroptics. So, oh, as long as it wasn't me that was muted. What I actually said was a little different from the long dark. And I don't like wandering around in heavy fog. I mean, I could, but I don't want to. Come on, get up. There we go. But in principle, I think I'm headed that way, but I don't feel like trying to hit the airfield, yeah, like this. And it is suddenly extremely cold. So I guess I will have to bide my soul in patience. Yeah, in principle, I think I head that way. I'm here. I head off across the lake. And in principle, I could probably get to this region, which is where I'm headed. In practice, I don't want to do it when I can't see where I'm going. Not unless I absolutely have to. And I do not absolutely have to, fortunately. Yeah, I just popped in, did a quick solo, and found what I wanted. I don't stream everything I do on Warframe. However, having said that, almost everything that I've done in this run has been streamed. In fact, everything I've done in this run has been streamed. So if you want to, you can go back and watch the entire playlist. Just not the first couple, because I died a couple of times. Oh, yes.
I'm tired. I can't sleep.
Yes, I have. I think I've read all of them at one time or another. Every story. I've got them. I had them in paperback. I've got them in ebook. So yeah, I've read his stuff. I've read innumerable authors who tried to duplicate his tone. Again, Conan, Elsbrag de Camp, Offut, whose first name I forget, Robert Jordan. Before Robert Jordan became famous for The Wheel of Time, he did Conan the Barbarian. He was actually quite good. I think he's honestly better at writing Conan than he was Wheel of Time, but that's just my opinion. Yeah, I've read. Oh, grief. I mean, while Howard is famous, obviously, for Conan, he did do various others. Yeah, Elsbrag de Camp did the novelization of the movie. It does sort of change his origin story, I think, from what Conan did, but, you know, that's all right. I mean, I think of the... Let's see, there's been a few versions of Conan. There's been a couple, at least. I mean, the Conan the Barbarian movie Schwarzenegger was a good Conan, I have to say. Not sure he was tall enough, because Conan in the books was over 7 feet. Jason Momoa's Conan is actually pretty good, but he'll never be Conan for me, I'm afraid. Yeah, it was a perfectly good movie. I actually enjoyed the movie, but yeah, was Jason Momoa Conan? Nah, sorry. Schwarzenegger remains the original. Oops. Careful, Danny. No, I think I pretty much read everything that Howard did. He did the one about the boxer whose name I can't remember. He did the one about the adventurer in Afghanistan. He did, of course, Kull the Conqueror, which Kevin Sorbo famously did, ish. But no, again, Schwarzenegger's Conan, with its cast of really excellent writers and actors, comes the closest, I think, to depicting Conan on the big screen. Because it treated itself seriously, which, of course, the books did as well. Ah. And I'm not heading out in the middle of the night. Yeah. No, John Carter from Mars was Edgar Rice Burroughs, the guy who wrote Tarzan. And yes, I've read I don't know if I've read all the Tarzan books, and I certainly read some of the John Carter of Mars books. Little known fact, Tarzan was immortal. It's in the books. I say immortal. If not immortal, then extremely long lived because of some berries he ate.
Feels like night is coming.
The something woke me up is because the character in this game is suffering from insomnia, which you get as a result of exposure to glimmer fog. So yeah, he's got that. Can't do anything about the frostbite, and the sprain risk is simply that I am carrying quite a bit of stuff. And even more in the travois over there. Oh, hang on. I'm trying to think. I've never been a huge fan of Tarzan movies for some strange reason. Couldn't tell you why. I'm trying to think which one arguably was the best. And I've seen some of them, but I saw Christopher Lambert's Tarzan. That wasn't bad, actually. But it's been a long time since I saw that. I don't think I've seen Disney's interpretation of Tarzan, and I probably never will. Which plot point is that, Danny? The fact that he's extremely long-lived? Oh. Yeah, he had a son whose name I forget now. He and Jane end up married, settle down, sort of. They have a son who sort of becomes the new Tarzan. And I can't remember the details. It's been a while since I read it. What was the name of the son? I want to say his name was Jack, but I can't remember. Yes, it's not something they made much of in the movies or the TV series. Ah, what am I doing? Trying to sleep. Yeah, at this point, with insomnia, I have little choice but to simply continue to try and sleep, try and sleep, try and sleep, and hope that the weather in the morning is good enough for us to move on. One thing I always found a bit disconcerting about a proper interpretation of Tarzan is this idea that he goes back to England as a noble and tries to resume a noble's life. I don't know what about it is weird, but it always seemed odd to me. I think it was shown in Lambert's Tarzan, and yeah, it's yeah, a bit odd. It's fine in the books, but for some reason on the screen, it's jarring. But they did. They also did good soundtracks for Highlander 2. Well, their music is in Highlander 2. I actually enjoyed Highlander 2, which makes me something of a heretic, I suppose. I mean, I would never say it was a good add-on to the Highlander series, but I thought it was a fun movie. I mean, you know.
Thank goodness. Made it through another night.
And a bit of luck, I should be able to get out of here. Just make sure I am thinking about the right way to head. And make sure the moose didn't magically respawn. So in principle, I should be headed that way. Yes, in fact, I can see the tower there. So could do with it being a little bit warmer. I don't fancy making that trek, freezing to death. I mean, yeah, I agree. The plot to Highlander 2 is nonsensical and silly, but it doesn't stop me from enjoying the movie. Right. Oh, great. More glimmer fog. It would be very easy to get turned around and lost. Even though I'm pretty sure I could make it, I am not a massive fan of trying. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. Oops. What we can do is, just for fun of it, I'm going to build a fire, replenish some of my water. Because you can build a fire in here. Okay. Ah, there you go, yeah. Do not necessarily recommend this. Building a fire inside a crashed helicopter, probably not the best idea in the world. Good morning again, Pseudo. How are you doing? Let's put the rifle away. Yeah. If I was braver, I would head that way. I do not feel like being brave, not in this. I don't think there are bear or moose in that direction. Well, there should be moose, but it hasn't spawned in, so no moose. But, see, this is what I'd have to do in more or less pitch, without being able to see. Come through this way. I could just follow this around. And at this point, I'd have to pretty much go straight. If I miss... Actually, I shouldn't miss. I mean, that's pretty easy to see. I think I could actually... The problem is making sure I go straight. Because if I headed off this way, I would completely miss. So if I headed off accidentally this way, I would be able to find where I'm going. The danger is, yeah, heading that way. And I don't feel like taking the chance. Which is okay. It's not like I don't have food. I've got food for a while. Yes. It's a good stop. It's a good stopping off point. Which is why I headed for here. When I first moved away from the airfield heading in this direction, I had to stop here because I did run out of food. Yeah. So we're just going to pass time. Push come to shove. If I can get a clear day, or clear-ish, well enough to see where I'm going, even if it's cold, I'll probably take off. Not literally, of course. Yeah, this is going to be... Sorry, people. Not the most entertaining of streams. Nothing particularly exciting happening. It was more fun when I was back... Ooh, one thing I should check. That's new. That's new. Wolfskin coat is new. Bearskin coat. That's all good. Decent. Those are still new. Those will need repairing soon. This is what you end up doing, Nika Brika. Make water, check your clothes, repair things. If in doubt, check your clothes, make water. And night is coming. And I don't fancy walking around in pitch darkness. It can get really, really dark in this game. And if you got moon and starlight, you can be okay. But it'd be cold. So we'll just wait till morning. It'd be funny if I passed 500 days. It's still here. I don't want to do that.
The sun's setting. It's gonna get a lot colder soon.
And... oh, that's a point. This is generally relaxing. The most exciting thing that happens here is getting mauled by a bear, which is something I endeavor to avoid. Five more days and I get the achievement. Do you know what? I'm thinking that might... Is that an aurora coming in? Might be. Nope, that's not aurora, that's just fog. Oh, great. We have snow. Snow isn't a huge problem as long as it's not too cold, but it does soak your clothes, and that reduces your ability to feel warm and speeds up damage to it. Yeah, we've got an aurora. Full-blown aurora. And the good news is I'm safe. The danger in the aurora is actually the wildlife, which gets more aggressive. So that is the direction of the airfield. That's the road. This is obviously a fairly late night aurora. Hi, Bob. Feel free to lurk. Yeah, like I say, I've never actually... Have I? I've never spent the... I don't think I've... Do you know, I was going to say I haven't spent the entire night outdoors in an aurora. Well, obviously, yes, I have, because that's what I'm doing right now. But if you have predators around during the aurora, apparently they're more aggressive. It's not something I've ever risked. And well, I know we have wolves nearby, but yeah. That's the direction I'm headed. Eventually, but I'm not going to do it now. I can tell you that for nothing. Cross fingers, I just need...
Looks like I survived another night.
You certainly did. Let's see if we can get the weather on our side. Looks like we can. I suppose it is. I have... Oh yes, I did see a void storm, didn't I? But an aurora in this game is obviously a natural phenomenon. It's an aurora borealis. Let's drop that in there. Drop this off. Because I don't need that. Have I got food? Yes, I do. A very little of it. Grab some bear. I've got water. I didn't leave anything behind. Good. Let's see about getting out of here. cold. Good chance it'll get warmer. Oops. Wolves over there to the right. Hopefully they're far enough away, it's not a problem. It's a quick dash for the airfield. Huh. Make sure I'm right about the lack of moose. So you can see why I would want to do this in daylight. Well, not daylight, good visibility. It's a lot easier. Yeah, the only problem is I can't see round while I'm hauling this thing. And yes, you don't make progress very quickly. It's going to take a while to get over there. A game more dissimilar to Warframe, it is hard to imagine. Although I suppose Infinity Nikki would be on the opposite extreme of Warframe as well. Not that I've played Infinity Nikki, it doesn't run on Linux. Because they've got cheat detection, which takes one look at Linux and says you're cheating, even though it's a single player game. Runs on Steam Deck though. They've got a specific check in there for to see whether you're running a Steam Deck. The good news is it's free to play, so when I decided I was going to try getting it running, didn't cost me anything except hours of frustration. Now, there may or may not be the odd wolf on the way. Excuse me. How odd a wolf, may you ask? No more odd than the normal run-of-the-mill wolves. So here's the road. If I follow this road, it'll take me out of this region. But like I say, I want to get some deer before I do that, just so that I've got some means of repairing the things I have with me. Next task, find a way across the river here. Without... Don't do it. Oh, they're deer. Ah, they're deer. Okay. For some reason I was thinking they were wolves. Yeah, this is one of the deer spots, and you can tell from the fact that there is a fire there that I have in fact hunted deer in this location. All I gotta do now is find a way down without breaking my neck. Yeah, this is where I could slip. There we go. Fog's coming in, it looks like. I can't get up there. I have a suspicion I can't get up that slope, but we'll give it a try. Maybe too steep. Come on, yep. And for those who don't realize, the reason I have the travois is it means I can carry 75 kilograms more than I otherwise would. So I've got my complete survival kit, if you like, with me. I've got food and water and firewood for enough for several days, or a few days. Oh, here we go. This should do it. Don't know why I'm looking over here. It's kind of expecting the screen to extend completely to both sides, and it doesn't. So, yeah, here's the airfield. And what we'll do is we'll head for the main hangar, which is the sort of accepted place to go. Well, yes, it is, in fact. Well, that wasn't too bad a trip across the open. Of course, now that I've said that, I'll probably invoke Murphy's Law. So you probably can't see it, but directly ahead of me there's a patch of trees, and that's where I hope to get deer and deerskin. And hopefully just run backwards and forwards. Unless I left some deerskin here, which I might have done now that I think about it. Which reminds me I need to unload stuff to cure. Yep. Home sweet home for a bit. So first thing I need to do is get my bearskin off here. That's cured, that's cured, that's not. That's not. Good, 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 good. Okay. Let's get this dropped off inside. Check to see whether I left anything behind. Yes, I know. Oh, I forgot about those. Yes, here's my furniture workbench. Anyone want to make some furniture? Let's see. Yeah. I did have... Did I? I need to have a quick run around, check to see what I left behind, because I don't remember. Nope. There's a possibility I left something in the basement, but the basement is pitch dark, unless there's a glimmer fog. That's what I left down here. Oh, that was silliness. Excuse me a sec. Right. Oh, I forgot.
I need to drop something.
Shut up, Mackenzie. You've been saying that the entire time. Why am I carrying shoes? How long have I been carrying those shoes? And where did I get them from? I am now genuinely puzzled. Oh, great. Another glimmer fog. Wonderful. However, the glimmer fog means I can dash down to the basement, because I'll be able to see. Don't think I left anything else down here. The only way, in case anybody's wondering who doesn't already know, to avoid the effects of glimmer fog is basically to be down here. See it? Underground is what works.
I'm gonna have to leave something behind.
Yeah. Yes, Bricage, you certainly are. I don't think this is the first time that this observation has been made. Welcome to the ranks of the cheap viewers. But has somebody removed your space? Right. I am going to do, as pretty much all of you are familiar with, I'm going to take a quick break for the usual reasons. So, enjoy the music from the intermission, and I'll see you all in a couple of minutes. Well, Bricage, that is a callback to a long time ago. And I can't remember the game that was notorious from. In case anybody's wondering, the original quote was, "All your base are belong to us." It was a Japanese game, I think, with a rather poor translation. Oh, yes, I was going to eat something. Check I didn't leave any interesting hides back in the bedroom. Ooh, I might need that and that. I'm going to need some scrap metal too, possibly. And that reminds me, I am told it is worthwhile popping out in the Aurora to scan the radio frequencies. So we might do that. Where's the bedroom? I always forget where the bedroom is. It's round the other side. It's over there. Ooh! Stump remover! I want that. Huh! Okay, I have stump remover. Stump remover is potassium nitrate, I think, and it's one of the ingredients in making gunpowder in the game. And I'm pretty certain I've got... So that's going on there. Actually, do you know what? Useful stuff there, possibly. Didn't realise I had two. If I've got sulfur hanging around somewhere, and I'm pretty certain I do, I can definitely do something back at the cannery. Ooh, I don't like going down there. Don't mind going to the cannery. It's the process of getting there that's a pain. You have to do 2 climbs, which means you can't carry much. So I probably wouldn't be able to take the travois. I think I've got some food left behind at the residence. Bleak Inlet. Quite cold. Where's the door? Not there, that's the wrong door. Tempting to take the mountaineering rope. I don't have one. I'm not sure if I've got the space to stick it on the travois, however, we'll see. Ingredients in the game for making gunpowder: stump remover, which is, like I say, it's essentially potassium nitrate, sulfur, which you can find, and charcoal. Strangely, that combination is quite correct. You can make black powder from that lot.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
I wonder if you can just stop bothering me. I could pop the mountaineering rope in there. That is really, really useful to have, it has to be said. Anything else I can move over? Good news is I'm not freezing to death. Why am I carrying the flour? Because I can cook with that. Same with the broth, although that's actually pretty good food on its own. So, yeah. Coastal highway would also give me an opportunity to get some replenishable salt. It's always nice to have. What time of day is it? Getting on. So,
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
He's carried a heck of a lot more. And I just realized I do need to make some more water. Yeah, I've actually used up a lot of water on this little expedition. I think I started out with 8 liters and I've made 3, maybe 4 on the way, and I do not have much left. There's a mission to repair radio towers, which apparently can find stuff. Don't need that. Don't have any spare arrowheads, do I? Not that I really need them.
Too much stuff to carry.
Too much complaining to do. Yeah, plenty of cloth around. I don't really need cloth. I've got it. I'm told that it's worth going out to the radio tower during an aurora with the radio and scanning. So we might do that. Yeah. I did pick up food, didn't I? Yes, yes, yes. No, didn't find any. Why have I got so many ruined work gloves?
Please, 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 I just want to sleep.
I don't know if I can change the name of the Discord server, but if I can, maybe I should call it the cheap viewers. Actually, do I have any stims down here? don't think so. Let's see if we can get him some sleep. Yep, no Aurora today. At least not yet. You can get an Aurora that lasts all night, literally from sunset, pretty much all night. Or you can have one that starts in the middle of the night and then lasts a short time. So, cross our fingers, hope it's good hunting weather. Right. See what the weather's doing to us. Oh, that's the wrong entrance. I'm lost in a oh, I'm not lost. If in doubt, just go around the walls. Yeah, here we go. Let's see. That's taking its sweet time.
Too heavy.
Okay. That could be bad. Or not. Let's see. Now, here's the thing. Hang on. Definitely need to make some water later. All right. So, with a bit of luck, I don't know whether we'll see him, but still, we can hope. Yes. We have deer. The good news is my archery level is good enough that I can shoot while crouched. And while crouched, you can get quite close, which is what you want. The other thing you want is a nice clean kill. And that will do nicely. So here's the trick. What's your temperature?
It's starting to weigh me down.
Yeah. And that's one deer hide. I need at least 3. Good news is, didn't lose an arrow. Deer dropped where I wanted it to. And even if I am grossly overloaded, I can just make my slow way back. The even better news is not exactly a lot of wolves in this specific location at any rate. The even better news is lots of firewood. In case you're wondering, he is not as overloaded as I've had him at times, but this particular location can be quite frustrating. When I first arrived in this region, I came down here and I could see the deer. I thought, that's great. And then I didn't see them for ages. In fact, I had to move on from here because I was running out of food. At one point, I literally was eating practically the last of my food, hoping for a good day, so that I could get to where I was told there was a place I could get food. And yes, it worked out, but I had to stop at the helicopter that I was at a few nights ago, again to do some hunting, because again I'd run out of food. Which is why I have the travois, because I can carry enough food for some considerable time. The downside to the travois is that it does wear out quite quickly. So, let me see. I will need 1 to repair it, 1 to carry with it, 1 for my boots, and so that's 3. I'll need at least 3 deerskins during this particular stay. Oh, 4. Ideally 4. if I'm lucky. You can make oil out of the fat. In fact, I could make deer pie, I think.
I need to drop something.
And yeah, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go back out and get firewood. Yeah. Turned out nice, eventually.
I'm gonna have to leave something behind.
Well, that was a good result for the day so far. And with luck, this will be the relatively boring bit where what I'm doing is running backwards and forwards, getting deer skins, cooking food, making water, rinse and repeat. Like I said, the exciting parts of this game are the parts you do not wish to be exciting. Like you're hunting a bear and it takes a personal offense to you. See if we can cook something.
Come on.
Ooh, I forgot. I have got in here. Yes.
This gear's starting to slow me down.
I wonder. Where's my flour? And I want broth. Let's see. I think I can make something with this. I thought I could make... What? I thought I could... venison stew. Makes a change.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry. It's dusk, so night can't be far behind.
Well, that was... Oh, he's not too tired. I can actually... Maybe I'll get lucky. Oh. Apparently I do need... Ah, okay. Yeah, I got it. Oh, I should have... Oh, I... Oh no, that's heat up, isn't it? Oh, I forgot to hook up venison. Venison stew. Nope. Yeah, he's gonna be moving very slowly. But amazingly, we managed to cook all our venison.
I could eat a horse.
Yes, well... I'm not sure it was really worth all the effort.
I need to find a place to rest.
We didn't even use much of anything.
I'm getting weaker.
Yes, you are. But that's okay. We'll be
Feels
alright.
like a lot of gear.
I am going to cheat. I'm just going to let him sleep here rather than try and find my way around. Right. That was somewhat successful. Never made venison stew in the game before. And in case anybody's wondering, no, I can't light a fire inside the hangar. It classes a building. And we have a glimmer fog. Wonderful.
I can barely walk with this much gear.
You don't carry that much, are you? No, not that much. Yes, wonderful weather. Unfortunately, there's not a heck of a lot for me to do here at the moment, unless I can think of something. Not in a desperate hurry to go wandering around out here. In this. Yeah, you can see the problem. I know where the trees are, they're pretty much straight ahead, but all I gotta do is be a few degrees out when I return. Yeah, and I might miss it altogether.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
And for those of you who have come over from my Warframe streams, Mackenzie complains about that all the time. Yeah, you can see is why I need the deerskins. Between just coming from where I was on Drift Island to here has used up what, over a third, about a third of its durability just in that short journey, and
Just can't sleep.
yeah, and from here I have to go all this way, and the easiest way to do it is basically to follow the road. So you can see how far I've got to go just to get to Transfer Pass, assuming I can take the travois with me. So that's quite a distance. You know, compared with Drift Island, which is where we were, we went from Drift Island to the final approach, then from final approach to there. So yeah, I would like that travois to be in as decent a shape as possible when I head out. But, you know, we did something new. I never cooked venison stew before. And we got some food, so that's always a good thing. I have literally had situations here where we had a blizzard and you couldn't see, you can just about see one of the hangars there, and in the blizzard you couldn't see this hangar from over there. So just wandering around idly is not necessarily something you want to do, and the blizzard's terrible. And I know some of you have heard me talk about this before, but just in case I do have some crossover from Warframe who are not used to the long dark, the blizzards in this game are frighteningly realistic. You can get lost so easily, and I've done it, and I apologize for those who have heard this story before. In one particular instance, I was, 20 meters less from where I was spending the night, and I was familiar with the area, and it was at night, in a blizzard, and I got lost. And it was literally a case of you should go straight, and I was just enough off course, because of the blizzard, that I completely missed where I was going. I got lucky. I didn't get lucky. I hit the coastline, had a rough idea where to go, and was able to find my way back. And this is what happens in real blizzards. People can get lost within a matter of meters. They can get completely disoriented and turn off, even though they think they're going in a straight line. And that is something that genuinely happens, and it is probably the most realistic thing about this game. The effect that blizzards can have.
I might have to drop some gear.
Oh no! Scurvy wrist. Drat. I've got to do something about that. Oh, did I? Ah, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I did bring it, didn't I? Where is... Oh, you're kidding me. I didn't bring it? I had a thermos, I thought. Did I use it all up? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Well, here's a minor challenge. That's not enough
to carry.
I don't think I can make. Nope. Okay, so minor challenge. I have to find rose hips. Ooh, wait a minute. I can also go to the river and collect cattails, which I am not necessarily about to do in this because I can't see where I'm going. So we are going to have to go on a cattail hunt, because I think there's vitamin C in those, and I don't think there's any. I will check around the building. The problem with the rose hips, in case anybody's wondering if they respawn, I don't think they do. Once you pick a resource like that, it's gone. Same with cattails, as a matter of fact. They're gone. You get them once. Deer do respawn. It takes about 3 days. So that one I shot will respawn in 3 real-time days. You may have seen I've got maple branches and birch. Once you gather those, I don't think those respawn either. I don't think there are any rosehip bushes around here, but it doesn't hurt to check. And the reason I'm taking the risk of moving around here like this is because the hangar's right there, so I'm not exactly going to hopefully get lost. So there are a few cures for, I say cures, things that stop you getting scurvy in the game. Fresh fish is one of them. I think even cooked fish will do it. What's the other one? Burdock root. Rose hips, cattails. You can apparently get vitamin C tablets from the trader, but I'm not in a position to do that right now. Yeah. So my best bet is probably cattails from the river. And I will check the map in a moment, make sure that I'm not missing something. Yeah, so you can see there are allegedly cattails down here and out towards the lake and off in this way, so I might be able to get something there. That's reishi mushrooms, old man's beard, mushrooms, 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 mushrooms. Don't exactly have a lot of options. Back on Drift Island, yes, I've still got them, but that's a bit far for this. So, what we're going to do is hope we can...
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Don't think... Yeah, I'm going to go checking. I don't know. Let me check downstairs, see if I've left anything useful behind. Don't think I've left anything. Oh, wait a minute. I think Pinnacle Peaches, if I've got those, they can help. Eat Pinnacle Peaches. Not a real brand. I don't think. Otherwise, I'd be awfully tempted to approach them for a sponsorship. No. No, 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 no. Not seeing any canned food there. In case anybody's wondering, I've got about 10 minutes more of this to go. In our hunt for a tin of Pinnacle Peaches. If anybody's interested in trying the game out for themselves, you can switch off scurvy. So the only place I'm likely to have any Pinnacle Peaches is going to be up there in the bedroom, and I don't think I have any. Mainly because most of the food here I ate already and had to leave because I was running out. Yep, I can already tell you there's no pinnacle peaches down there. I don't think the Go energy drink helps, does it? Yeah, no. I ate all the food. That's why I had to leave last time. Not last time, time before. It was actually kind of funny. I think I said, didn't I? Yeah, I sat downstairs in the basement making porridge all night. Because that's all I had, really. Apart from a couple of kilograms of stuff that I needed for the trip out towards what became Drift Island. What am I going to do? What time of day is it? It is midday. I really do have to hope that we get a bit of let up in the next hour or so. That will allow me to get out of here. Just to go somewhere. It's just... pass an hour. See whether anything changes.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
No, but I do have an opportunity. See if there's anything I've missed over here. No, I won't be taking a shot of the beer. Okay, that's pretty much confirmed. There's no bushes there. There's no bushes here. I can't remember whether I mapped this region. Was that a wolf I heard? Ah, now, is that scrub, or is it... No, it's not. It's not what I hoped. That is not what I want. No, it's not. It's just the bush. It's not even rose. It's not even an ex-rosehip bush. Just a bush. And there's the reishi mushrooms that were marked. And to reiterate a comment I have obviously made previously, you don't find reishi mushrooms in this sort of part of the world. They're not even native to the United States. They seem to have been introduced. Oh, that's interesting. There's a climbing point up there. Wonderful. Okay, has to wonder what's up there now. Who knows? Maybe I'll take a quick trip up. Mental note. The airfield is off to my right. I hope. Even if I can't see it, it's off to my right. Okay, it's going to have to be cattails in the morning. Pretty certain.
Something's making me feel tired.
Yes, that's because you are tired. And because I've been running. Alright, we'll do one more quick scan. Sometimes the mapping process shows up stuff that you haven't noticed. Yeah, like cedar limbs, but no. Oh! I can tell I've been here before. Do you remember I said about things not respawning? That was a birch stick. And I think that was as well. And that one. So, yeah, I've been up here before. Hang on a second. And it's been... oh grief, when was the last time I was up here? Collecting stuff, some significant amount of time. Let's see if we can just slowly edge our way down here. There we go. So, I have been doing this now for 2 hours. Which means I need... that's kind of pretty, really. I can't remember who said it. Snowflakes are the butterflies of winter. Or, here, potentially, your impending doom. Doom butterflies. Anyway, as I was saying, I shall start bringing this to a close. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you are transfer over from my Warframe streams, I hope this was something a little different. I hope you return. And in principle, I shall be back at 9 o'clock British Summer Time, 8 o'clock Greenwich Mean Time, to do this tomorrow. The war stream I did earlier is sort of like an optional extra, but I will be back with Warframe this evening. Probably around about 7 o'clock British Summer Time, which is 6 o'clock Greenwich Mean Time. If you have enjoyed it, feel free to leave a like. I do see I have 9 likes. Thank you very much indeed. And if you really enjoyed it, why not subscribe? See if I can't grow the channel.
I'm gonna have to leave something behind.
I will drag his tired backside up to the bedroom. which is where this stream will end. I hope you all have a good day. Thank you everyone for being with us. Remember, be excellent to each other. Be kind to your Kubro. That's a Warframe reference for those who don't know. A Warframe is for life, not just for combat. Be kind to children and animals. And I will see you all after I've eaten something. I will see you all next time. I hope you have a very good day.